Hey guys, so I'm starting the prep work for this recipe. I'm going to be cooking today or baking today for my YouTube channel, and I already messed up. The ingredients, so you need 16 ounces of bacon diced. So I went ahead and fried the bacon, got it ready to be diced. And I was reading on the instructions list, and it says you need to cook the bacon and the onion, which I have here. I'm chopping up right now over here. You're supposed to fry them up when the bacon's a little done. Add the onions and fry them together. And I'm like, oops. So I already messed up. This does not bode well for me, but we'll see what happens from here. Hey guys, what's up my awesome YouTube family? Okay, so this was the recipe that won in the poll that I had on my YouTube channel on the community tab. Now I'll have a poll as to what recipe I should make next. This one was the overwhelming winner. This is the easy hash brown breakfast casserole. So I'm going to show you the ingredients here. Best I can. Ingredients are 16 ounces of bacon diced. They say you can also use ham, sausage, veggies, etc. 1 onion diced. I diced about 3/4 of my onion because I tried to find a small-ish onion at the store and I could not find any. So all the onions they have are pretty good size. So I chopped up like 3/4 of the onion for this. I have that diced. We need 8 eggs, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Again, because I'm sensitive to spicy things, I'm not including the hot sauce. That's optional, it says. 4 cups of frozen hash browns thawed, 8 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese shredded, and 6 ounces of Swiss or Gruyere cheese shredded, and also 16 ounces of small curd cottage cheese. So I'm going to show you the ingredients that I have. Okay, if I can. Give me a minute here, guys. Okay, so we have bacon, which is right here. The onion, which they said to kind of saute it so it was like a little bit translucent. They're over here, right there. And so we have the 8 eggs. Those are right here. I just kept them in the carton there. I'll just use 8 of them. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. I just put them both in the same measuring cups. There's salt and black pepper in there both. I kind of see a little bit of salt there at the bottom, but yeah, there's 1 teaspoon of each of the salt and the black pepper in here. And then we have the 4 cups frozen hash brown thawed. I put them in this thing and had them sit on top of some warm water, and they're nice and thawed. Now they're not frozen or crispy or hard at all. Next we have the 8 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese. I messed up and got mild, so I'm just going to go with that. And then of course there's 6 ounces of Swiss or Gruyere. All I could find was the Swiss that was already shredded, so I got that. And over here we have the cottage cheese. And it does say 16 ounces, and that's what size this container is. So let's get started on this recipe, shall we? Okay, now the directions say preheat oven to 350 degrees and then grease a 9x13 baking dish and set aside. I've already done both of those things ahead of time. The next step says, this is the part where I messed up. It says add bacon to a large skillet and cook over medium heat until nice and crispy. I don't like my bacon to be too crispy, so I didn't have it cook too long. But then it says add onions and cook until translucent. Remove and drain on paper towel. Well, I didn't see that part. I didn't see that I was supposed to add the onions in the pan while the bacon was in there. So I just put them in a pan and just cooked them on their own until they were a little bit translucent. So we've done that. In a large bowl, whisk together the eggs, salt, and the pepper. Okay, let me get my whisk, because I forgot. One moment here. Ooh, okay, there's my whisk. Okay. Alright. I need to get a new whisk. This is actually a whisk off the old mixer that I don't have the mixer to anymore, but yeah. Okay, so here we go. Whisk together the eggs, salt, pepper, and hot sauce. Okay, so I'm gonna get the eggs. I have them back here. Hold on for 1 second, guys. I need to move a couple things here. Okay. All right, we have 8 eggs here. I took them out of the oven. I almost said out of the oven. I took them out of the refrigerator when I first started to prep work this morning, so it wouldn't be quite so cold. It'd be a little bit more room temperature. So we have 8 eggs here. It doesn't say to separate whites and yolks, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to let the whole egg go in there. That didn't sound very professional. The egg just kind of cracked part of my hand. Okay. And 2. Okay. Hang on for a second, guys. Hang on. I'm going to bring this over here. Okay. I have a place to put the shells once I crack them. 3. 4. Yeah, these are pretty much room temperature, which is great. 5. 6. 7. And last one, number 8. So, it says, gotta remind myself what it says. Whisk together eggs and salt and pepper. And of course it also says hot sauce, but I'm not using hot sauce. So, okay, I'm gonna add, again, I have salt and pepper, 1 teaspoon of each in the same measuring cup. You can see the salt there a little bit. So, I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle this in. Try to sprinkle it evenly, but that did not happen. Okay. Add over there. Now I'm gonna do some rearranging here, guys. Give me a minute here. Put the hash browns over here, and bring the bowl over here. I have to put you in a sideways angle. Let's see, maybe I'll have to. Let's see. Go ahead and do it that way. That's not too bad of a sideways angle. Okay, we're gonna whisk the eggs and the salt and the pepper up. Poke the yolks a little bit so they incorporate faster. Now there's seasoning down in there. Some of them kind of went up the sides of the bowl. Okay. Whisk together eggs, salt, and pepper. Then it says, that's pretty well mixed up. At least in my opinion it is. Hang on. There we go. Okay, trying to get that last little bit off the whisk. Okay, alright, there we go. Now, okay, add the hash browns. Here we go, we have the hash browns here. This is, I can't see that very well. This is 4 cups of hash browns. If I can get the camera moved, there you go. 4 cups of hash browns. I just put them in a little metal sheet to saw. Okay, so let me go ahead and get the hash browns in there. And they are fully thawed. They're room temperature. There's no frozen, crispy, hard bits anymore. They're all good to go. Okay. And I got some that are sticking very stubbornly to the pan. I'm like, no, I want all of you out. This would be a correct measurement. Close enough. Okay, there we go. That's done. Now, okay, so we got the hash browns in there. Next one is the shredded cheese. Okay, so we have the mild cheddar, which I got by mistake. I meant to get sharp. And it says it needs to be an 8-ounce bag. And this is exactly an 8-ounce bag. So it should be good there. Let me see where other things. open it up at? There it is. I found it. I found it. I found it. I found it. Okay. So this whole bag, this whole 8-ounce bag goes in there. So I'm just gonna do it this way. Okay, they're a little bit clumpy up here. So let me get some of them unclumped. Some of those clumps got in the bowl before I could stop them, but that's okay. That's all right. We will just keep on keeping on. Just kind of do this a little bit, maybe. Oh, that's a big clump. That's a big clump. Let's get that declumped. Okay. Okay. Hang on here. We have some that are sticking to the inside of the bag for some reason. I guess maybe the bag got a little bit too warm or something. Okay, I'm calling that good enough on that. Okay, that bag's empty. It says we need 6 ounces of Swiss or Gruyere. Again, I got Swiss, and this is exactly a 6-ounce bag. So, let me see if I can do this. Hang on. My hands are a little bit, oh, come on. I have you right on the tear lines. Why aren't you tearing? Weird thing. Okay. Try this side. There we go. That tore right open. Okay. So we're going to put the entire 6-ounce bag of Swiss cheese in the bowl. That's what the directions say. This may be a weird thing to say, but I think this looks so pretty. I know that's a very strange, odd thing to say about cheese, but okay. There we go. That bag is done. Okay. So, we have added the eggs, the salt, and the pepper, the hash browns, the shredded cheese. Now we need to add the cottage cheese. Now, I'm going to warn you, I have never eaten cottage cheese before in my life. I've eaten sour cream, but I've never eaten cottage cheese, so I have no clue what cottage cheese tastes like. So, hang on for a second. I'm going to get you over here a little more. Let me see. I'm sorry that the bowl is shadowed by the phone. Nothing I can do about that. Okay, so this is a 16-ounce container. It says 16 ounces of small curd cottage cheese. So this is gonna be a whole new ball game for me. I've never had cottage cheese before. No idea if I like it or if I'm gonna be disgusted by it or what will happen. Okay. This is again a 16-ounce container, and it says put the whole thing in there. Phantasmagorical. Okay, got that done. All right. Put that over here. Next step, after the cottage cheese, the bacon and the onions. Okay, so you get the bacon in there. I'm just going to put everything in and then stir it all up. The bacon is supposed to be diced. I just kind of cut it up into like small-ish pieces. And the same with the onion. And I dice it as, pretty as small as like, not too, I was like, you know what, I don't want it to be too small, so. And the onions reduced a lot when they were frying up and getting translucent, so. Okay, bacon is in. And we need the onions now. Let me move this plate. Give me one moment, guys. Move this plate over here. Okay. Get the onions in here. Okay. This is, and again, it said to use 1 onion. It didn't say red or white. It just said 1 onion diced. I diced like 3/4 of the onion, and my hand got really tired of cutting and chopping, so I kind of just gave up. But yeah, I'm going to get these translucent fried onions. Sorry if I hit the camera there. Into the bowl. Yeah, might be a lot of tapping here, guys. Okay, come on. Alright. Now, I want to I'm going to pause you for just a minute, guys, while I finish this up. Give me 1 second. Okay guys, all the ingredients have been put in a bowl. Now it says mix until combined. Now I have the camera between me and the bowl. So I'm going to try to mix this up best I can without being able to be very close to it. So I'm just going to just bring from the bottom and go up. From the bottom and go up. From the bottom and go up. It does take some time to fry the bacon, and then of course get it diced, and then the onion, of course, takes time to chop that. I'm sure if you went on YouTube or Google, you can find different shortcuts, not shortcuts, but ways to make chopping onions faster or easier, that kind of thing. So that part does take some time, and of course you need to let the eggs come to room temperature. You need to let the the hash browns thaw. So, stuff like that you have to think about a little bit ahead of time. And again, I did mess up on this recipe because I was supposed to put the onions in with the bacon. Once the bacon was mostly done, I was supposed to put the onions in with it and let them get translucent. And I didn't even see that part of the recipe. I wasn't even looking that far ahead yet. I just thought, well, I'll just fry the bacon and then I'll do the onions. So I just did them separately. And I realized now that the onions are cooked down, I probably should have chopped the entire onion. But I just didn't, so we're just going to go forward with this recipe the way it is. And this is very hard to do because it's a very heavy mixture, and I don't have a lot of arm strength. So, just taking what little muscles I have to get this. I'm trying to keep the sides down. Okay. I'm really anxious to see. Oh, by the way, I tried something different, guys. I wanted to tell you. I tried something different this time. Whenever it says to grease the pan, I usually just use like a baking spray. But this, I wanted to try something I've seen many people do on cooking shows and all kinds of things, where they actually use butter. They just grease the pan with butter. I'm like, I want to try that. So I got a stick of butter and use that to grease the pan. So we'll see how that works. But I grease the sides and of course the bottom. Not like a lot, but just like somewhat generously. Okay, I can smell the cottage cheese. I'm like, okay, I don't know if I like this or not. Okay, you know what, guys? I'm gonna call that good. I mean, it's not, everything's pretty much incorporated, and my shoulder really hurts, so I'm gonna call that good enough. Okay, what's the next step? Let's see. So mix until combined. We just did that. Then scoop the mixture in the prepared baking dish and bake for 35 to 45 minutes or until the center is set. And then let casserole rest for 5 to 10 minutes before serving. Okay. It does say at the end here, top with snipped fresh chives if desired. But I did not see that ingredient anywhere on the ingredient list. I'm assuming that's just like an extra thing. That does sound like a good idea, though, to put some snipped fresh chives in here at the end. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording for a minute, get my baking dish out, and we will proceed. Stay tuned, guys. Okay, guys, here's my baking dish. I greased it with some butter, and I got to do one thing really quickly here. Hang on 1 second. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the mixture into the baking dish. I have a little spatula here. That came out pretty easily. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. Get in there. Thank you. Okay, hang on. Let me get this bowl scraped down. I want to get all these nice, flavorful, wonderful bits of food mixture into the pan, into the baking dish. Okay, now start spreading it out. I have you guys pretty much at the edge of my table, so I'm sorry I can't back you up more and give you a better view, but and again, I did grease this pan with a stick of butter. Not like a whole stick. I use the end of the stick of butter and just grease down the sides and the bottom really good. Make sure it's really good. Well greased, well ready for this wonderful concoction here. Okay, I'm gonna call that good enough. The bowl is pretty well empty now. Okay. So guys, this is what we're working with. This is what it looks like before it goes into the oven. Show you the whole thing there. Now it says, it doesn't say to bake it covered, so I'm assuming it's uncovered. It says bake for 35 to 45 minutes or until the center is set. I'll probably bake this for 40 minutes and see how it is then, because it says 35 to 45, so I'll just put it in for 40 minutes, and again, it's at 350 degrees. This is what it looks like before it's in the oven, guys, and again, the dark pieces you see are bacon and, of course, the fried onions, so it looks good to me, so we'll see how it turns out. I will come back when this is ready to pull out of the oven, and we'll give it a taste test. Stay tuned, guys. You don't want to miss this. Okay, guys, the casserole is still in the oven baking, but I wanted to tell you, I got this recipe from a website called Mom on Timeout. I'll put a direct link to this recipe down below, as I always try to in the description box, but I wanted you to know it's by a website called Mom on Timeout. I get a lot of good recipes from them. They have great recipes, easy recipes. So I want to just let you know where the recipe came from, where I found it. They will send me emails 2 to 3 times a week with different recipes, and I can, delete if I don't want them, or, print them off if I do want them. But that's where I got the recipe from. We have a few more minutes until the casserole will be done. I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. But we still have to give it 5 to 10 minutes to set before we can dish up, okay? So I'll be back, guys. Okay, guys, the timer just beeped. I'm going to go and take it out. Oh, man. That looks absolutely amazing. There's enough here for like 5 people. Enough here for like 5 people, but it's amazing. There you go, guys. That is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. We need to give it at least 5 to 10 minutes to sit before we serve it, before I dish up. So I'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Hey guys, okay, I did not record my dishing the food up because my phone is about to die. So I have it plugged into the charger now, but I wasn't able to show you that. But here's my plate, and it came out of the pan. I'm telling you, I've never had food come out of a pan with cooking spray as well as I did butter this time. It came out of the pan flawlessly, nothing stuck, nothing was burnt to the bottom. I'm sold on using butter to grease your pans with and your baking dishes with. So, okay, I got my drink right here in my cup. I'm ready to go. Now again, you're between me and the plate, so I'm gonna do my best not to like I have bad hand-eye coordination, which I do have. Oops. I just want a part of you, but okay, I'll take all of you. That's fine, I'll take all of you. No problem. Okay, let me blow on it. We'll see what this tastes like, guys. It's very hot, even after 10 minutes sitting out. Mmm. Mmm. Mmm, mmm, mmm. Wow. I have to say, it has even more flavor than I thought it was going to have. It is very good, guys. Again, there are some things you have to consider. Getting the hash browns out of the freezer, letting them thaw. Getting the eggs out, letting them get to room temperature. Chopping up the onion, frying up the bacon and the onions, and getting those drained, and getting the bacon diced. Again, hot sauce was an ingredient in this recipe, but I decided not to use it. And honestly, it doesn't feel like it's missing anything, guys. It is so... It's like a comfort food. It's like you just feel happy eating it. It's delicious. I'm going to have another bite. Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, that's one of the best things I've ever made. I will say, for my taste, It is a little bit salty because the bacon, of course, is salty. And we had 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper we put in, and so it's a little bit too salty. And I'm not saying too salty as in I'm not gonna eat it. I mean, it's more salty than I would like it to be. So if I were to make this again, I'd probably do maybe half a teaspoon of salt, or something like that. But it is, and of course the cheeses are salty too. So there's just a lot of it does taste. Oops, sorry. It does taste very salty, not very salty, but it is too salty for my taste. So, but it is really good. It has a lot of flavor. It's very warm and comforting. Definitely a comfort food, and it's really good to have for breakfast. Yeah. Yep. That is winner, guys. I will put the link to this recipe in the description box below. Hey, I'm gonna get a drink. I really hope you guys, excuse me. I really hope you all enjoy watching this video. I made these because you guys seem to really enjoy them and like seeing them. And my favorite comments to get are the ones that say, okay, I have to make this now. This looks so good. I have to make this myself. And so I hope that you do. And if you make, sorry about that, guys. If you make this yourself and you substitute one ingredient for another, or you just leave ingredients out, or you let me know what you do to customize it. If you add a special ingredient that's not on the list, if you substitute one, if you substitute bacon for ham, or if you substitute bacon for veggies, when you make this yourself, if you change anything about the recipe, let me know. I want to know how it tastes, how it worked out for you, if you liked it. And again, the bacon and the cheeses are salty, and of course you add a teaspoon of salt to that. So for me, it is a little saltier than I like. But the salt doesn't override it all. It's still very, very good, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get off here and enjoy this delicious, wonderful casserole. The recipe is linked below if you want to make it yourself. I'd love to see what you guys, if you guys make it yourself, let me know how it turned out for you. Be sure and comment below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Have a great day, guys. Love you. Bye.